In this video clip, I'll show you what is a tuple in Python. Okay, the tuple is same as the list, but the tuple is the data structure that we cannot modify. We cannot modify the values into tuples. So the structure of the tuples it can be used much less memory than the list. We use the tuples to store the data, and we always store it in like a list of a tuple. Okay, list of the tuples. So guys, look at this. The tuples like this. For example, in today series, I'll show you how can we store the data. For example, if you want to if you want to store some data like the data of a student, for example, the one that we familiar, the score of the students, the score of all quizzes of a students. Uh, they have 5 quizzes, right, and one ID. So the idea is quite simple. For one student, student score number one is, for example, if you have some data like 6 3 3 1 0 4 5 6 2 1. Okay, this one is an ID, and this one is a score of the first quiz, the second one, third one, and fourth and the last one. So this one is the tuple. So you can store it like student score 2. Yes. For example, you have another student like okay, and 10 8 9 8 9. And for example, you have more than this, much more than this. For example, you have 1000 of the students. So the idea is quite simple. You can store it like this. Okay. Okay, and you can store it in all scores, and you store it in the list like this. So it means that now you can think about how can you process all scores of the students, because now you store all scores here, right? So it's very easy that you can store this for score or for student score in all scores. So what is it? We'll print the student score in all scores, right? So this is the result that you can get from the list of the tuples. So if you iterate through all elements in this list, it means that you are iterating through all tuples of the student score in the list, right? So if you want to show just only the ID, so you can print just only the first element of the tuples, right? Because in the tuples it's same as the list, but you cannot modify it, right? So if you refer to the first index, so it means that you are referring to the first element, that is the 0 1. This is the first element. And if you want to store if you want to show the summation of all, so you can use it like student score 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 and 5. This is summation. Can you see? The first one is 38, right? The summation of this. So it is same as the way that you can do with the list. you can change this to this one, print student score 0 and student score from 1 to the end of the tuples. This one will start from index 1 to the end of the tuples. So this is tuples. Okay, you see? So you can print something like this also. Same idea as a list. Easy, right? Yeah. But one thing that is better than the list is it can reduce the memory that you use for much more data. Okay, but the way that you work with the tuples is you cannot modify it. But I have some tricks for you. If you want to modify the list, for example, if you want to change the first element, the first student score, this one, if you want to change this one from this one from 7 and 5 into 6 and 7, sorry, 6 and 5 into 7 and 6, how can you do that? I just print it out, and I will print just only the score. Okay guys, look at this. I'll print the score first from this one, and I'll change it in the next cell. In this cell, I just show the data first. This is the original data, right? So now we will change it from 6 to 7 and change 5 to 6. The trick here is quite simple. If you cannot change the data in the tuples, you can change it in the list. So we can change the data student score 1, okay, into the list like this. Okay, and I'll store it in a temp list, and then we will add 1 to the last the last 2 elements. The idea is quite simple. The temp list for the last element, last to the -2, right, is the from the rightmost to this one. This is the temp list -2. Okay, so I will +1 and temp list index -1 +1. So let's show the data first. I'll keep it here, and we'll check the temp list first. So this one is correct, right? Okay, and we will store this one instead of the first element in the all score. So we will change all score 0 to temp list, but you have to change it to the tuple first. Okay, because this one is a list, right? So you can change it easily using the function that can transform the list into the tuple. So all score 0 will be the tuple, this tuple. Okay, and we will check. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yes, here all score 0 is tuple of the temp list, and check. Can you see? Now the data is already changed. Okay, I hope that you can get the idea of how can the tuples work, and you can use the list. You can use the tuples like same as the way that you can do with the list. You can use the you can slice the tuples. You can change the tuple to the list. Change the list to the tuple. Okay, one thing, the tuples is used. The tuples uses much less memory than the list, so we can use it to store the data. Okay guys, this is for the tuples.